Awesome. We are live. Welcome, welcome. If you are joining us live, we are so excited to have you here. If you don't know who I am, I'm Amy Carter with Healthy Me, Healthy We, Chief Visionary, Head Coach, all that good stuff. And we do performance trainings every day, or every week, excuse me, in the Beyond Survival group where we talk about systems for peak personal performance. And I am so excited to introduce our guest today. Well, I'm going to let her introduce herself. So, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today on this training. I know you have so many valuable things to offer. So, thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Welcome. My name is Sarah Elizabeth Harrigan. I am a confidence and high performance coach with Design My Vibe. And today we're going to be talking about the 3 C's that I use in my business to support my clients in accomplishing absolutely everything they want in life. And like the name says, Design My Vibe is all about having a life that works for you, not just certain areas, but actually having everything in your life operate on a level that matches your vibration. So I'm excited to get into it.
I love that because Jim Quick, who I have learned a lot from, has said how you do one thing is how you do everything. So there's no way to disconnect portions of your life. There's no way to disconnect how you run your life with how you run your business, right? So that's what I'm gathering from what you're saying is how important it is to bring it all together and make it work together rather than trying to run them as two separate entities.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So how did you come to the 3 C's? Like, why are we focused on this today?
Okay, got it. So, I'll give you a little backstory. I'm from the British Virgin Islands, and I grew up as a very overweight child, very chunky my entire life. And my dad's side of the family is the heavier side. So I was often told like that was going to be my life. I didn't have a choice around that. And I had tried to lose weight many different times in my life when I was younger, when I was in my 20s. And every time that I would get, like 25 pounds down, I would go right back up. I would gain that weight plus more. And it wasn't until I tapped into what I truly wanted for my body. It wasn't really weight loss, but I wanted to feel good in my body and I wanted to be healthy and to be agile. And I tapped into my mother's side of the family and I was like, wait, I have a whole nother parent here. She has genes, her mom has genes. And I was able to say, you know what I want is to be able to move my body for the rest of my life, to do the things that I love to do. And having that clear vision, which is C number one, is actually what allowed me to align with the fact that my mom's mom works out 3 times a day. She is a beast in the gym. So if I just tapped into some of that, what would happen? And as a result of that, first C being clarity, getting that clarity allowed me to see that I could create anything I wanted for my body, for my life. And in a year, I released 97 pounds. I know we like to round things up, make it 100, but in a year, I released 97 pounds. And that was when I saw like what's truly possible when you're clear about what it is that you want for your life.
That is so amazing. And I love that you didn't just look at someone and dream on, right? Like you didn't look at your mom's mom and say, wow, she's a beast in the gym. Too bad I can't do that.
Right.
Right? Like you put it into practice. So, can you dive a little deeper and share with us like how you came to the specifics of what you did on a consistent basis to make that a reality?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll say this a lot of the times. Well, I think what's been sold to us is that in order to be healthy, you need to diet and exercise, diet and exercise, diet and exercise. And what I realized on my journey, it wasn't about the diet and the exercise. It was more so about what I was thinking. Like, what was the
Yes,
focus, right? What was the
yes.
clear desire? And for me, I love roller coasters. I love anything adventure. And I've had a few experiences where I went on a roller coaster and the seat couldn't close or the belt couldn't close. And I was super embarrassed. I didn't get to have the time of my life. And something that I kept in mind was that I want to ride every freaking roller coaster I ever get my eyes on. And in order to do so, I need to make sure that I can fit and feel comfortable in it. So just keeping that focus, that's the thing that really supported me in getting up and working out. I used to ride my bike 2 miles to the gym, work out for an hour with the trainer, and then go back home on that same bike. So it was, having that focus, having that clear vision of what I wanted for my body and how I wanted it to feel that allowed me or supported me in getting up every day, eating foods that nourished my body instead of eating what tasted good, which was what happened before. I would overeat things that just tasted good. And so eating good foods that nourish my body, but then also working out, drinking the water, getting proper sleep. It was those things, and it was a combination of those things that helped me feel good. It wasn't just diet and exercise. So definitely the clarity is what actually made this a reality.
Yes, I love that so much. I can't say enough to the truth of your words. So I'll just say amen, because like it really does begin with your thoughts. It doesn't begin with the exercises you do in the gym. You could work out in the gym and never ever change your physical composition, whatever, or get any stronger if you're not focused on how much sleep you're getting, the kind of stress that's in your life, the kind of things that you let into your life to support your goals. Like you were saying, I'm sure you have your fair share of ice cream and cake too. Am I
Of
wrong?
course.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I just got some
So
cookies at the store, right? Like,
that's right.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
So you're exactly right. Like it's not just diet and exercise, but we live in this culture that has for so long focused solely on those two things that we've become blinded to the fact that there are so many other factors
yeah,
compounded together to give you the results that you're looking for. So,
absolutely.
and that
Absolutely.
clarity is so important. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So what I wanted to say, and I didn't want to leave this out. It wasn't that I just was going to the gym. I actually worked out at home for about 6 months before I even hired a trainer. And
Wow.
literally, the trainer came to me. She was getting her personal training certificate or license, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to work out at the gym?" And I was like, "Sure." Right. So I was doing this all at home, and it was really and truly just being so clear about what I wanted to feel, not even what I wanted to look like. Because when I started to release weight, I was like, where did this waist come from? Like, I was round. And then as I started to release weight, now like this Coca-Cola shape is coming out. And I'm like, where the hell did this come from? But I was so focused on what I wanted to feel like in my body. And I really want anyone who's watching this, right? The things that you want in life, that you want to create, that you want to manifest, that you want to have, they are directly tied to a feeling. So if you are
Yes.
more focused on the feeling that you want to feel, it will drive you to have what it is that you want to have in your life. And that's going to definitely take you on a journey. But it's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful, beautiful process.
Yes, that is awesome. And I agree with everything that you said. In fact, there have been numerous studies, including high performance coach Brendan Burchard, who has written a book, and the first thing he talks about is understanding how you want to feel when you're working towards a goal.
Yes,
So, because everything is tied to an emotion. So, if you can really tap into how you imagine that emotion playing out in your life, then it's so much easier to know exactly what you have to do to get there. So,
absolutely.
that's
Absolutely.
awesome. Okay, so create a clear vision, or clarity is the first step. What's the second one?
Oh, the second one is be committed to that vision. Oh, there's his name is John Assaraf. He's an
Mm.
author, speaker. You can look him up on YouTube. He has this video called Committed versus Interested. And it's a video
Ooh.
versus committed, actually. Interested versus committed. And I play this video every year for my vision board events because it is an integral part. And what's so powerful about this is when we think about the beginning of the year specifically, let's talk about setting New Year goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we set these New Year goals, they're always these like, I would love to lose this much weight, and I would love to move to this place, and I would love my business. You know, like we just throw these things out there, but it's all interest. It's just like, that would be
Mm.
nice. Like, it'd be nice if I did that, right? And that's why so many people, I would say 97% of people, they work towards that goal for about 20 days and then it dies off and that's the end of it, right?
Yes.
When you are committed to what it is that you say you want, That's the person that shows up no matter what. That's the person that if they fell off for a day, they get up the next day like, all right, we're back on track. That's the person that pushes through the things that are hard. And yes, everything you want is going to require you going through some stuff that's hard and uncomfortable. But your commitment to your vision is what is like, it bridges the gap, right? It's the thing that's like, it's the fuel in the tank. We all have visions, right? But what's actually fueling the people that actually accomplish their goals? My goal was to release 75 pounds. I actually got to 100, right? What creates those types of results for people? Yes, there's a vision, but there's a commitment to that. Like once I say I'm going in that direction, there is no other direction. There's no stopping. There's no going back. There's only that focus, that vision, that feeling. So the second C is your commitment.
Awesome. I love that so much because there's something that you said. It's that commitment to your vision. So we think when we see something, okay, I'm going to do this, and then I don't do it. Well, I'll try again another day. That's not a commitment. And I have found that personally, that personal transformation, everything is hard until it's easy.
Yeah.
Right. Everything is hard until it's easy. So we cannot judge the outcome or the power of the process until it goes from hard to easy, because that will determine the consistency or the commitment that we've made to that, just like what you were saying. So I love that. That's great. Okay. Commitment versus interested. And I wanted to put this out there too. And if you are watching live, please put a hashtag live or say hello to us so we can give you a shout out. And if you are watching afterwards, please put hashtag replay so that we know to interact with you. And if you have any questions, please post them afterwards. So you talked about goals and goal setting, and I used to love New Year's resolutions. I used to love setting New Year's resolutions. Now I think it's just a phony way of us saying, I'm going to change my life. Yeah. But we always think we have to start at the beginning of the year. Ooh. So I'm going to post in the comments a PDF that I have for everyone called your Peak Performance Goal Setting Session, where you can go through my peak goals process. But Sarah, I was wondering if you would dive in a little bit into how you set goals according to these 3 C's, just to go into this a little bit more about commitment and your vision and how you set goals, and if that only happens in January, or how often you set your goals.
Absolutely. So I set goals whenever I feel like I want something new. So there's the slogan for Design My Vibe is life is now. That's why it's fire, because life is now. It's not tomorrow. It's not yesterday. It's only right now. And I actually went and I wrote my 2022 goals maybe a week ago now. And some of the things that are on there was like learning French. I was like, I want to be fluent in French next year.
Woo!
Taking French lessons via YouTube, just starting with YouTube for the past week, right? Past week and a half, because it's like, why am I waiting till January 22 when every single day, in my opinion, is a new year of your life? Like it's a new opportunity to make something turn out. So to answer your questions, I'm continuously setting goals. And I think that's actually what makes life exciting. You have your long-term goals, obviously, and the things that you're doing every day are leading towards that. But within that, there's new things that you learn, new things that you desire, and you get the opportunity to fulfill those at any freaking moment. So I'm very big on habit stacking. I'm a big morning routine person. So I have the things that I do every single morning, and that gets me pumped for the day. And I feel like once you practice that, and I think the freebie that I will offer today is actually my morning routine. I have a morning routine workbook to help you create a morning routine that's like rich and enlivening. Once you get a morning routine down, you can like just add another habit. Like right now, I'm learning stocks as well. I'm learning how to invest in stocks because I usually just like throw my money into an app and I'm like, I hope you're making some money. But now I'm actually taking the time to actually learn the stock market, learn how to pick them. So that's one thing that I added to my morning routine. Then I added the French lessons, and I'm also reading 2 books right now. So once you get that like foundation down and you have your 3 things that you do every day, then you just add another habit, right? And like we said earlier, the way you do one thing is how you do everything. So adding those habits and boom, 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 then you have the life you want.
Yes. So I love that, first of all, because I do the same thing. My morning routine lays the foundation for the rest of my day. So that is really valuable. Thank you for sharing that. And then I think a question that might come from viewers would be, okay, so habit stacking is great and all, but how do you determine what you remove from your day in order to add that new habit? So
Mm.
how would you describe, you know, how you add that value and how you determine what to take away from your day?
So the word that comes to mind for me is excitement. What excites you and what doesn't? We hold on to weight and relationships and clients and stuff that no longer excites us all the time. Why? It's just taking up room, right? It's taking up space to add that new habit. It's taking up the space in your heart for that new lover, right? When you're just focused on the old thing that ended how many years ago? The old clothes in your closet that you haven't worn in years. And I'm very minimalist. And I believe that that minimalism applies to my life. Like that's just how I'm just kind of like, does this work? Nope. Okay, gonna get rid of it. Does this like I'm always evaluating the people in my life, the things that I'm doing because I'm always growing, and you have to. I'm saying I am, but you as well, right? You are
Hmm.
always growing, and you always. This is why I focus on self awareness, right? This is at the core of the work that I do. You being aware of what works for you being aware of what enhances how you feel when you feel good, when you don't feel good, when you're aware of those things, when you're aware of the food that actually contributes. Like I know for a fact bread is not my best friend. Okay. I know that. All right. However, I still have bread, just have it at a certain time of the day, or maybe I won't have it every day. But because I'm aware of that, now I know
Hmm.
how to nourish my body, right? So you being aware, simply being aware of what works and what doesn't work for you allows you to say, you know what? I've been saying I'm going to learn Japanese for however long. Obviously, I'm not really excited about this, but if I learn Spanish, I get to talk with all my friends and you're super excited about it. Do the thing that excites you, do the thing that feels good to you. And it really simplifies the process of adding or deleting things.
That's so awesome. I love that. Um, you have talked about self-awareness, and that is something deep in my heart that I feel so strongly will help us really do the things that we want to do if we will focus on that awareness and making our desires intentional instead of accidental. Because we just are like, well, maybe that will happen one day. I hope that happens one day. Or I really like to eat this bread. So I hope I don't gain weight from eating this bread, right? Instead of making it intentional when you choose to have it, you
Yeah.
know you are having it, you know how your body's going to respond, and you make sure that everything else you do is supporting your goals.
Yeah. 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 That's what
So
makes room for the cookies. Like
that's
my
right.
my friend got me like this roti. It's like a wrap thing. But roti is like it's like a wrap skin made out of chickpeas in the Caribbean.
Ooh.
So being that I'm having that for lunch, it's like, okay, now I know for dinner I'm probably not gonna eat much. I'm probably gonna have something really small. So it's just like because I'm aware and I am committed, right, to this vision for my body, for my life, now
Hmm.
I know to like the little choices, right? I'm gonna drink some more water instead of having juice, or I'm gonna have no sugar in my coffee. Like those little things when you are clear and committed to what you want and you are aware of what works and doesn't work, it takes all of the stress out of setting goals. It takes the stress out of accomplishing things because now it's really the small choices that you're making, and those are what add up to the big picture, the car, the house, the lover, all of that.
Yes. Instead of thinking that the goal is the end point, the goal is simply the steps in between in the journey,
Yes.
which makes it awesome. That's awesome. I love that. Okay, third step. Tell us what the third and final C is.
Okay, so the third C is consistency.
Yes.
This is the magic pill to anything, right? Like I said, I am learning stocks, I am taking French, I am reading 2 books, and every single day, right? Because every single day matters. Every part of your life matters. So, first, you get clear. What is it that you want? Understand that whatever you say you want, you can have. I want to make sure that is just like prominent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you say you want, you can have it. So, being clear on what you want, being committed to it, and then showing up every day as if it's already yours. It is mine because life is only now, right? So show up today as if this is the dream body. Even at 354 pounds, I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, I love you. Like I loved on my stomach and I was just like, I love it all. I love all my arms. I love everything here because this is my dream body. And I started to treat my dream body like my dream body. And then a year later, I was 100 pounds down, right? There's this, we're conditioned to think that when we get to the result, then we can have the result. But if you choose that you have it right now, no matter what it looks like, it may not look like it. You may have $1 in your bank account, right? This has definitely been my story, right? I've had nothing in my bank account and I'm still getting dressed, going outside, meeting clients as if I was a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Right? Because if I was outside acting like I had $1 in my bank account, nobody would want to do business with me. Right? So it's standing in the fact that life is only now and you operate now as if you have everything you've ever wanted. And that's what makes a difference. So that consistency, that show up every single day, and it's not going to look the same every day. I want to be 1,000% clear here. It does not look the same every day. You're not going to get the same sleep every night. You might get the same amount of hours, but it might not be the same quality of sleep. You might not drink
Mm-hmm.
the whole gallon of water every day. You won't eat the same foods. You won't do the same workouts. You won't have the same laughter with your husband or your partner, right? So knowing that, and knowing that even though it doesn't look the same every day, you can still show up and give your 100 for that day, whatever it's
Yes.
like. And that's what consistency is. It's not doing it perfectly the same way at the same time. No, it's simply giving your 100 for that day on that day and then letting that be enough. That's what consistency is. And that's what creates, again, for me, it's the clarity, the commitment, the consistency equals confidence. So we said
Awesome.
3 C's, but those 3 C's equal another C, which is
Yes.
confidence.
I love that. I love that the first step to that consistency is acceptance of where you are. No matter where you start, you have to start somewhere. And if it's never good enough, like you were saying, I love my body, I have enough. I'm not going out there feeling like I am not good enough or I don't have enough. That acceptance is the
Mhm,
first place you have to start in order to change something.
mhm.
Um, I love that so much. And then the second thing is, I don't remember who came up with this. I keep thinking it's like Harry Krishna or something, but he said there's a method called the be do have method,
Woo!
and you have to exactly what you
I
said. You
know.
have to be the person you want to be, to do the things that that person would do, to have the things that person would have. Like we want to have $1 million. Oh, if I had $1 million in my bank account, I would do things so much differently. No, you wouldn't.
Right.
You wouldn't do anything differently because you are so conditioned with the same mindset, the
Yep.
same habits, everything you have right now. And instead, if we can think how the person you want to be would do the things that need to be done to have the things you want, then all of those things are possible.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes. Yes. Yes.
that's awesome. and it comes out as confidence.
Yes.
Comes out
Oh,
as confidence. That's awesome.
goodness. I'm just so grateful for this conversation. Just want everyone to know as you're watching this, like, yes, I am a coach, and yes, I'm an inspirational speaker, and I speak these things, I practice these things. And there's areas of my life where this is going extremely well, right? And there's areas of my life where it's working and everything's on a go. And then there's other areas where I'm still learning how to apply these things. Like, I am committed, literally committed to being, I would say, married. Yeah, married within the next year and a half, pregnant with twins. Like, I'm already like manifesting all of this. And in this conversation today, I'm seeing where I have not been consistent in my actions of showing up as a wife, right? With the person that I'm seeing. So I'm so grateful for this live, because I'm like, okay, when I get off of this call, when I have a call right after this, but when I get off of this live and then I get a moment to connect with him, like, I'm going to be so present. I'm going to be so authentic. And like, this is what we get to have, right? Because I get to be that now. It doesn't look like that now, but I get to be that now, do the things I would do as the wife and the mom and all of that stuff. And then I get to have it. So I share that just to, I would say, empower you, right? That there are going to be areas of your life where everything is working, everything is on point. I promise you, if you simply replicate what's working there in the areas that aren't working as well, then everything will be on the same vibration, and you deserve that. You get to have that. Again, what we said earlier is the way you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you are feeling like maybe you're on the other side of the spectrum and everything seems to not be working well, right? There's probably one area where it's like, okay, well, I know that goes well every day. So like, what are you doing in that area, and how can you implement some of those ways of being in the other areas where you want to improve? Again, it's just being clear about the life you want, being so freaking committed to it that nothing gets in the way, right? And show up consistently every day. Give your 100, no matter what that looks like, every single day, and you will feel good. You will be proud of yourself for doing that. And then everything else that's out of your control will fall in line.
That's right. I love how you said that this is you. This is how you do you, right? The thief of joy is comparison. And so there's another C, but one that we need to avoid is comparing your journey with somebody else's. So if you look at a coach, you look at a mentor, you look at a friend, a neighbor next door, and you say, I will never be like that, then you are so right, because you are not that. You are not that person. You're not going to have the same life as them. You create the life that you were meant to live, not anybody else.
Yeah.
So, and Sean Stevenson, who is known as the 3-foot giant, small little man in a wheelchair, but so powerful from the stage. And he talked about how he built his confidence was based on self-trust. So as he started doing these things, exactly like you're talking about, Sarah, he started creating this vision of who he wanted to be and what he wanted to do, and was committed to doing it. Then that consistency over time created self-trust within himself, so that he could be confident. His confidence didn't come from anybody else except for inside. And that's where it starts. It starts with you. It starts within who you are and who you want to be, and not anything else from anybody else matters. You get to show them who you want to be. So
Yes, yes, you get to show them. Yes, I love that.
That's exactly where it comes from, right? People treat you how you treat yourself. So you treat yourself with that self-trust and that love, that acceptance that Sarah was talking about. Love yourself, and people will see and feel that, and they'll treat you the same way.
Yes.
So
yes,
awesome.
yes. Oh.
So Sarah, where can people find you? How can they, if they want to know more, where do they go to find you?
Absolutely. So I would say, first of all, I am in the group. What's the name of the group, Amy?
Yes, it's called Beyond Survival.
Yes. So I am a member of Beyond Survival. I will definitely be engaging so much more. I want to thank you all for having me. But first of all, I think that's the easiest way to get to me.
Okay.
Send me a message in this group, leave a comment on this live, and then you can actually go to my Facebook page. I do really intense and amazing live streams all the time, just really heart wrenching and really getting you present to the power that you are and the power that you get to be in this world. And then also on Instagram as well. Instagram.com/Sarah Billions is the name on there. But what I offer in terms of services, I do one-on-one coaching. I also do group coaching as well. I do live events. I do public speaking, as you can see here. And then I also am revising my monthly membership. So for January, it will be held on Mighty Networks, which is kind of like this social media app. So you'll get everything mind, body, relationships, and business. And this is how you can show up powerfully. So this is tips every single day, live conversations and trainings. And it's really an opportunity for you to engage, right? So I'm very excited for that. And beyond that, I also do marketing and business consulting too. So this is like I said, everything in your life gets to work. I am a coach, but I did go to school for business economics, and I have a thrill for business, so I do that as well.
Yes, you are amazing, truly. And I'm going to throw this out there, if that's okay with you, Sarah. Like, we are working on something together that is going to rock your world. I'm super excited for it. So if you want to know more, just keep in touch with us in the group. We will keep letting you know as we get closer what we're working on. We'll share some details with you in a little while as we come closer to fleshing those out. So I'm super excited to be partnering with such an amazing coach and woman who has taught me so much just by the conversations that we've had. So thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing a wealth of information with us and being here with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And I look forward to just learning more about what you're up to, Amy. I'm going to learn that through our process as well. But just being a member of this group, I really think that, we all get to live the life of our dreams, right? Not you living my dreams or me living yours, but
Yes.
living the life of your dreams. And simply these tools that we share between myself and Amy, and I'm sure you watch other inspirational speakers, like, look, just take what works for you and stack it, right? Habit stack it until you are feeling like the most godly person ever.
That's right. Because it's all inside. We have it. Everybody has the resources they need. We just need to
Absolutely.
tap into them.
Absolutely.
So awesome. Thank you, Sarah. And thank you, everyone, for joining us, and make it a great day. We'll talk to you soon.
Yay. Bye.
Bye.